So much for hopping on my channel. We do a contest every month for something. We pick a winner randomly that likes, comments, and subscribes to every single one of my videos. This month, I have my admin choose them randomly, and you get free access, full access to our lifetime academy. And if you are already a member, then a video chat with me, and we can lay out a trading plan for you, and I can help take your game to the next level. So like, comment, and subscribe to every video that you can this month, and hopefully you'll be the winner, and enjoy the next video. Peace. Hey, what's up, everybody? In this video, it is the 18th of May, 2020. We just kicked off the week, and dude, it's been a crazy, just crushing it so far this week, and we caught a ton of pips. And, you know, I have a bunch of stuff to go over. I want to go over some of the trades that we were in and what I'm looking for going into Turnaround Tuesday tomorrow and what caused all the market volatility. So right now, it's super important that you're on the right side of these trades when the market is as volatile as it is, because if you get caught on the wrong side, it can make for a very, very long, frustrating day. So, you know, yeah, I think a big part of this was, I know a big part of this is the Fed. Supposedly there's new talks about vaccines coming on, which made the market super bullish, a lot of risk on activity. So we're going to get into that. And also, so I was using my old, or I actually bought a new iPad, and but I know the video, I got a couple messages that the video was a little blurry. I think really because the new iPad is like so, when I look at it, the image is so crisp. So I've pulled out old trusty here. This is like I've been traded off this iPad for so long, since long before I was doing this, and bringing it back because the video is the resolution's not as clear, but it comes out better on here. So I'm gonna redo all these charts so you guys can see kind of, if you haven't been in my group or you're not in my group yet or new to it, how I approach some of these charts when I mark them up. So I will be going over them fast because I got a lot of stuff for us to cover, but you know, I thought that would be kind of cool for us to do for sure. So so that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're not in our group already, if you've been watching these videos, man, you're really missing out. And you know, I'm not just saying that. You know, I have the best training out there at the best price. The vibe in the group is amazing. You know, it's a positive learning experience for everybody. And you know, I'm just like you all. I'm in there every single day trying to make money in the market. And you know, I know when I started, there was like, I was joining all these different groups, and you know, I would join and never see the guy that like talked me into joining, right? Or the person that owned the group. So I'm super active in the group, and you know, helping y'all learn every single day. So click link below to get started. It's especially right now with the volatility like it is, there's tons and tons of opportunities in the market. So thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Let me share my page here. And so here we are in EURCAD. Caught a good 100 pips from this trade. And you know, I was looking at this in our weekly outlook video, and I said, well, and we were trading this on Friday. I said, well, we could go one way or the other here. We could have had a false breakout or a breakout, and then this could have really taken us higher. But man, it looks like this false breakout's happened, and we went down lower, which is what I was expecting. So next thing I'm looking at here for US dollar CAD is for us to close this gap here. And so, but before that has to happen, we need to break out this triangle consolidation here. So this is going to be a big event if and when this does happen, because once that does happen, and oil has been going crazy too, so you know, that's helped with Canadian dollar being strong, and also with this risk on commodity currency strength. We've seen it in Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar as well. And so that's EURCAD. Definitely watching Canadian pairs super hard. EURCAD was another trade I sent out yesterday for you all and for the members of my group. And so this is what it looks like here. And you know, this one I wasn't wasn't so sure about because of it's not as clear cut as US dollar CAD, but I did know that we had this level right here. And once I can, see the risk there, I can say, hey, here's a clear cut level of where we're at. So if we go above here, I know I'm wrong. So, I really like those situations, and the risk to reward definitely favored the downside here. So, if we're looking at candlesticks here, we have a shooting star here. So this is a good sign of a reversal. And here we are on the hourly chart. And we got some big news out of Euro today that they're going to create a Euro bond to help consolidate some of the debt between France, Germany, and other members of the European Union. But that didn't create enough bullishness for us to break out. So that's where we saw this move and then a rejection here. So EURCAD, I do see similar to US dollar CAD, but not as pronounced, kind of a triangle setting up here. So I love triangle consolidations, and we could even, that doesn't quite fit. You gotta be sure too when you're doing your own technical analysis. I've learned this the hard way, that you don't try to make things fit here. But inside this triangle, some good opportunities. We've already hit our first take profit here, and we're about to retest this area, and I'll probably re-enter the trade. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pause this and an alert to the group. Okay, and so there we are for EURCAD, and then let's take a look to finish off the euro pairs. Also, euro yen, huge move to the upside, and yen pairs really rallied today. So this is what we're looking at here on Euro AUD, and we've been out of entry on this this pair. However, I do think it's going to be a good re-entry because, well, many reasons. And this is when I'm just setting up my charts. These are all standard things I start looking at. Fibonacci's here, and it's kind of a routine that I always go through. But when I just see an uptrending channel like this, I really don't put too much emphasis on the technical analysis anymore. I really don't. And a lot of times I'm just going off the market correlations. And let's take a look at the equity market. So I'm expecting a move higher on Euro AUD because I think we're going to start seeing some AUD weakness. And the reason I do think that is, let's take a look at equities. We'll take a look at Dow Jones here. This rally today was crazy. It was a massive move to the upside. And this will be a good one to watch. I would love to get in on this and buy it on a dip somewhere. And, potentially this could, just throwing it out there, be something to watch for a false breakout here. There's the Dow. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. And so because of these massive rallies here in the indices and equity markets, and NASDAQ looked even more bullish here. This created some massive strength for AUD, but really more than anything, JPY yen weakness. So, it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here on. NASDAQ looks very interesting. And, we got to keep in mind that, like say for NASDAQ, for example, is the grouping together of tech stocks, right? And so we're seeing a big boom in technology companies right now, especially AI as well. And who knows where we're going with whether or not I agree with it and I think it's ethically right. I don't. AI and human relationships. But this is going to be at the forefront for the next few years. So, watching these tech stocks, Facebook, Google, Amazon, and companies that are more, a lot of Elon Musk's companies that are more in-depth involved with new technologies and AI and that kind of thing. It's going to be very bullish for this market for sure. So something to keep in mind, and especially if you wanted to make a plan of, those markets aren't going to go away anytime soon. So having a strategy of buying dips on them isn't a bad idea. So let's take a look at our Aussie dollar trades on the back of that. So, on the flip side, we caught a massive amount of pips today for sure, but we did have a stop loss here in Australian dollar, Japanese yen. And I had this on my other iPad. I'm trying to remember how I had it. I know. It was like this. And a lot of times when you have kind of a double top here, you'll have this like cross section, which will be like a cross band of resistance. And that was what I was trading off of when I called a sell here for Aussie yen. I didn't expect that, the extreme risk on and bullishness of the markets today. So, thus the stop loss here on Aussie yen. But I do think we're going to come back down here. And honestly, this wouldn't be a bad place for a reentry because you can see this is like a heavy area of resistance. So I'm not going to jump to get back in it here, but I do think we might see some downside. And so that's what I'd like to think, or at least be prepared for as we go into turnaround Tuesdays for some potential risk off to happen. There's Aussie yen, and of course here's Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, which has been my kind of favorite trade pair for the past couple weeks. As much as the people in my group might be getting sick of trading this, we have this, this big band here. And false breakout area. And as long as this resistance level holds, I maintain that, it's a good play to be buying dips here. And look at that. So, where these fractal lines line up perfectly on the backside of this channel. And sorry if I'm going fast here, but I do have a lot of pairs to look at. But so whenever the idea is, and this is why, going through a training, I think my training's the best out there, and doing this stuff over and over and over again, I could just look and I don't even really think about it. I just map it out, because just like you would be like drawing a map, a road map or something like that, trading is exactly the same. It's pattern recognition, doing it over and over and over again. And so then I can map things out really, really quick and find where, the resistance areas are right here. This is like a nice little kind of pocket, and this is where I'm expecting a turnaround. And because of these false breakouts here, because of this massive area holding up as resistance, because of this divergence here, I'm expecting, and then also on top of that, because I think we might see a bit of a turnaround tomorrow in the equity markets. Man, I think we're still way overdue for a big move to the downside here, and Aussie CAD could be a big payoff. And just keep in mind that what I started out on here, US dollar CAD, Euro CAD to the downside. We could take a look at CAD JPY, which we also caught another 100 pips on today. We could take a look at CAD yen. Huge rally off this today. This is a great trade. And, I loaded this up here pretty good, especially for a Sunday. But you know, it did pay off pretty well. And man, ooh, that looks good for as a little resistance here. I'm very tempted to enter this trade, whether it's going to be AJ, whether it's going to be CJ. I will probably try and short one of these yen pairs, probably within the next hour, because it is 4:30 right now. The Asian session just started. Spreads are bigger. I might try to let them calm down just a little bit before that happens, but this could be good to the downside. So something to watch here. But my point is that we've had these big runs right here in all these different CAD pairs, but you know, it hasn't quite happened yet in where Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. So you know, maybe that's going to catch up. Here is NZD USD, and I think we are looking good for some downside here, although it's been a bit frustrating, and it rallied super hard along with every other commodity, currency, and risk on asset today. So but we're still on the backside of this channel, and I think NZD USD looks honestly very, very good for a little bit of downside here. So you can see there's so much going on right now, but it's really important that you just look and put the puzzle pieces together for yourself, and especially your trading correlations across the board. And you know, I tell you, it really just, it takes a lot of time. It takes pattern recognition, and it takes just doing this for a long time over and over and over again. So you know, if you do it a little bit, and just a little bit and a little bit, it adds up time. But the more time that you do this, and that's why you don't have to be trading live. I try to tell people, I tell everybody that's in my group, I say it in my training, but a lot of people join and they don't even go through the training. And that's the thing, that just tells you the level of commitment. But if you want to learn how to do this, and it takes a lot of commitment, you got to do it every single day. It takes discipline. So that being said, I hope you found this video helpful. I appreciate the support, and you know, it's only Monday, so we got a long, hopefully profitable and successful week ahead of us. So click links below to get started. Give us a thumbs up. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the VIP chat room. Peace. See you, everybody.